For today's lesson, you're going to need your Super Kids Club book and a pencil, and we are going to do pages 17 and 18. So here is page 17. On page 17, we see 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3. And in each box, there are 3 pictures. Under the pictures are some words. Some of the letters are there and some of the letters are missing. So we're going to be tracing letters and we're going to be chopping words and figuring out which letters are missing in the words. To do this, we have to start at the top. So I'm going to zoom in here so we can see it better. I see Fritz doing something in this picture. What is he doing? It looks like he's cleaning the bus. He's cleaning the bus with a brush. If we try reading this word, it will help us understand what he's doing. So let's try chopping these letters. Let's try it again. Now let's start blending them back together. Scrub. Scrub. Fritz is scrubbing the bus. He scrubs, right? If you look at the blue letters at the end, it's a sound chunk. It's the sound chunk ub. And that we hear at the end of the word scrub. So we're going to trace these letters with our pencil and we're going to make the sounds as we trace them. B. And then the whole word says scrub. What is Tick doing in the next picture? Well, it looks like she's cleaning the bus too. She's using a rag to clean the bus. Rag starts with our new letter R and the sound Let's try reading the word underneath her picture to see what it says. There's that new letter R sound. Rub. Rub. Hey, I notice another sound chunk that is exactly the same as the sound chunk that was missing from this word. Ub and ub. Did anybody else notice that? Those are the same 2 letters at the end that say ub, a U and a B. A U and a B. That makes these 2 words rhyming words. Scrub, rub. Rhyming words. Let's make the sounds of the letter U and B as we trace them. B. And now the word says rub. Scrub, rub. What's this last one? I see some letters really missing from this one. Does anybody know what this is called? We were talking about this in class, how a bathtub is, we could call it a tub, but we could also call a big bucket a tub. This is a tub. What letter do we see down on the handwriting lines? What sound does this letter T make? T, t, t. So let's think to ourselves, what is a word that starts like t and rhymes with scrub and rub? They're rhyming words, so they have the same ending chunk, right? Ub, t. Tub. Very good. So we need to write in those missing letters. B. And that sound chunk ub at the end. Now our word says tub. I want you to pause the video and read these 3 rhyming words to yourself. Then come back and we'll read them together. All right, let's try it together. Scrub, rub, tub. All rhyming words. Very nice. All right, we're going to look at the box in the middle of the page now. Now our word chunk at the end is going to change. It's not going to be ub anymore. It's going to be something different. So what is this polka dotted thing called? Anybody know what this is called? You could read the word to figure it out. That's under the picture. It is a rag. Let's try blending the sounds here. Rag. Rag. So we will trace the letters at the end here and make the sounds as we trace them. Ag. Ag. So our sound chunk this time is ag. It's not it's ag. And if we put an R in front of it, we get rag. So that matches this picture. Let's look at the next picture. No letters to trace. We need to decide what this is and then what letters are missing. So what is something that you see in this picture that starts like B and rhymes with rag? And remember, if it rhymes with rag, it has the same sound chunk, ag, in it. B, ag, bag. It looks like they put the weeds in a bag. So what is missing from the word bag? B, ag, bag. And if you look, we have a short letter with the letter A, so it fits in that blue box, and a longer letter, but it goes down, right, past the chocolate line. So those blue boxes help us kind of give us clues about, did we pick the right letters? And we did. So now we have rag, bag. I bet you already know what this is. Yeah, okay. But let's see if it follows along with the rhyming words over here. So we have our, well, what is this? A flag. So we have full. Only the full part of the word flag. That means the ending chunk is missing. And if it's the same, or if it's a rhyming word, rag, bag, flag, that means the ending chunk is the same as these two words. So which ending chunk is missing from flag? Ag. Ag. Now we have rag, bag, flag. Very nice. We have one row left. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. There we go. What is this? It starts with the letter B, and then it has a U and a G. Different ending chunk, different sound chunk, right? It's not ag or anymore. It's B. Ugh. Bug. Let's trace these letters and make the sound. Ugh. Bug. So now our sound chunk at the end is ugh. Ugh. Hey, it's kind of like when all the super kids fell in that big pile. Ugh. Okay, so now let's look at Sal. Oh, what's Sal doing to Golly? It's something that starts with the letter H and ends with the ugh sound chunk so that it rhymes with bug. Ugh. Hug. Sal is giving Golly a hug. So let's put that sound chunk at the end here. Ugh. Fits in those blue boxes. Now we have the words ugh, bug, ugh, hug, and one more at the end. Those weeds are growing into the ground. They have really big roots. It's hard to get them out. Alf has to something that starts with the letter T, and ends with the sound chunk ugh. Ugh. Tug. Sal has to tug those weeds out. So let's write in that missing sound chunk. Ugh. Ugh. Tug. Now I would like you to pause the video, read these 3 rhyming words to yourself, and then come back to the video. We'll read them together. All right, let's practice these rhyming words, huh? Bug. Hug, tug. Great job. Page 18 is a listening page, and we will do that one next. On page 18, we see groups of the super kids imagining things. Do you see these bubbles? These imagination bubbles? They are imagining how they would like to decorate the bus or paint the bus. So now that the bus has been all cleaned up and they got rid of all the bugs and the weeds and they got rid of all the dust, they want to paint it. And each super kid, or some of the super kids, have different ideas of how they want to paint it. So we are going to listen to the recording and follow the directions and find out what they're thinking.
Super Kids Club, Student Book, Unit 15, page 18. Listen carefully and follow my directions. When you hear this sound, your teacher will pause this recording so you have time to mark your answer.
Finally, we are finished cleaning up this old mess. What a job! The bus sure was dusty and buggy, too. Well, it looks better than it did before we cleaned it, but it still looks dull and old to be. Yeah, the bus looks dull to me, too. I think we should do something else to it. Like what? I think we should paint it. That's a great idea. Yeah, my dad has some paint we can use. Wouldn't it be great to paint the whole bus bright blue? Yeah! We could paint it blue like the sky and paint white clouds on it too. What we need is a big, bright blue bus.
Look at the picture of Fritz and Oswald. They want to paint the bus blue. Blue. Write the lowercase letter for the beginning sound of blue on the lines next to Fritz and Oswald.
I bet some of you are already following those directions, just like we do in class. Because it's on the computer, I will help a little bit more, but I think you already know, and like I said, some of you are probably already writing the letter. What do we hear at the beginning of the word blue? We hear the letter B. Very good. Blue starts with the letter B. So we're going to make a lowercase b. Start at the top, go down to the chocolate, trace back up to the yellow, and curve around. There's your lowercase b.
Blue? Paint the bus blue? I don't think that's very good at all. I think we should paint the bus a wild color. A color that would be really super. Like red. Red would be the neatest color. Red like a stoplight. Red like a robin's breast. Red like a raspberry. Shiny, super, really red. That's what we should paint the bus.
Look at the picture of Talk and Cass. They want to paint the bus red. Red. Write the lowercase letter for the beginning sound of red on the lines next to Talk and Cass.
I bet some of you already are writing the lowercase letter that you heard at the beginning of the word red. That's fantastic. You're really using your listening ears. Talk and Cass wanted to paint the bus red. What letter do you hear at the beginning of the word red? That's the letter R. Lowercase r starts on the yellow line, goes down to the chocolate, trace back up, and a little curve on top.
If we paint the whole bus red, it will look like a fire engine. And this bus is the Super Kids Club. It's not a clunky old fire engine. If we want this bus to look really super, we should make it look like a racing car. A racing car? How can we make this big bus look anything like a racing car? That's easy. All we have to do is paint racing stripes on the side of the bus, just like the racing stripes on the side of a hot rod or a racing car. Boom! This bus will look super if we put racing stripes on it.
Look at the picture of Hot Rod and Lily. Hot Rod wants to paint racing stripes on the bus. Racing. Write the lowercase letter for the beginning sound of racing on the lines next to Hot Rod and Lily.
I bet some of you are already writing the lowercase letter because you were listening to directions. Very good. Race car or racing. What do you hear at the beginning of the word race? The letter R. Race car, racing car, it's the same thing. We need a lowercase letter R. Start at the yellow line, go down to the chocolate line, trace back up, and make a little curve on top.
But Hot Rod, this bus has no wheels and no engine. It's not going to go anywhere. I don't think we should paint the bus all blue or all red, or just put stripes on the sides. I think we should make it really wild and put designs all over it. We could draw dots and stars and circles and squares and triangles on the bus. Dots and stuff like that would be more interesting than stripes. I think so too. I vote for painting dots and stuff on the bus.
Look at the picture of Doc and Icky. They want to paint dots on the bus. Dots. Write the lowercase letter for the beginning sound of dots on the lines next to Doc and Icky.
I know some of you are already writing the lowercase letter for the sound that you heard at the beginning of dots. Fantastic. Good job. Dots. I hear the letter D. And remember where we start a letter D. Start with the C to make a D. That way we won't be making any lowercase b's here. Start with the C to make a D. Dots.
Dots are dull. Remember how Gert said she wanted to grow flowers inside the bus? Well, that gave me an idea. We can grow flowers in the bus and all around the bus, and we can paint flowers all over the bus. Wouldn't that be super? The bus would look like a garden. It would be really beautiful. Flowers. Painting flowers on the bus would make it prettier than painting racing stripes on it. That is a good idea, Elf.
Look at the picture of Alf and Tack. Alf wants to paint flowers on the bus. Flowers. Write the lowercase letter for the beginning sound of flowers on the lines next to Alf and Tack.
I love a word like flowers because in Espanol it starts with the same letter and the same sound. Flores. So what letter are you writing on the handwriting lines for the word flowers or flores? That is the letter F. So we need a lowercase f. A lowercase f is still tall though, isn't it? You start up by the pink line and curve back and down to the chocolate and cross it at the yellow.
A blue sky bus, a red bus, a racing car bus, a dotted bus, a flower bus. What kind of bus is this bus gonna be? I kinda like all the ideas for the bus. I guess I do too. Me too. Say, that's what we could do. If we want to make this bus the wildest bus in the world, we can paint it all the ways we can think of. Yeah, it's a big bus. There's plenty of room on it for everybody's idea. Part of it can be blue, part red, part striped, part dotted, part flowers. It will be a rainbow bus. All the colors of the rainbow will be on it.
Look at the picture of Sal, Tick, and Edabetta. They want to paint a rainbow on the bus. Rainbow. Write the lowercase letter for the beginning sound of rainbow on the lines next to Sal, Tick, and Edabetta.
What letter did you write on the lines? I almost showed you too soon. That you hear at the beginning of the word rainbow. That is the letter R. Remember, we want a lowercase r. It's our new letter R. Starts at the yellow line, goes down to the chocolate, trace back up, and curve. The letter R says R.
Let's check your answers. You should have written these lowercase letters. Next to Fritz and Oswald, B for blue.
Use your checking finger.
Next to Tock and Cass, R for red. Next to Hot Rod and Lily, R for racing. Next to Doc and Icky, D for dots. Next to Alf and Tack, F for flowers. Next to Sal, Tick, and Edavetta, R for rainbow.
Hey, kid. Painting the bus all the different colors of the rainbow is a neat idea, but there's a big problem with it. What? Well, my dad only has 3 different colors of paint. He only has red, blue, and yellow paint. How will we make all the colors we want when we only have 3 different colors? I know how. We can make lots of different colors out of just red, blue, and yellow paint. Come on, I'll show you.
How will the Super Kids make more colors of paint? You will find out when you read the next story in your student book.
So when you come back to school on Monday, or maybe Tuesday, I don't remember exactly what day, but we're going to read this story about how the Super Kids can make more colors. Maybe you already know how to make more colors out of just a few of them. If you want to read the story before you come back to school, you can. That would be a great idea. You don't have to, but if you really want to know how it ends, you can read this story. Let's get set. Maybe a challenge for yourself. If you are looking for a challenge for over the weekend, if you record yourself reading Let's Get Set from your Super Kids Club book and you send it to me on Class Dojo, I will have a special prize waiting for you on Monday.